Hey there, Taurus. Welcome to your reading for the week of December 12th. We're just going to jump right in here, Taurus. And in your current general energies, you have this 8th house card, and it says mysteries on it, or mystery, I should say. And this whole deck apparently is upside down that I'm using, so that's why I'm flipping them over. But I do feel like there could be like some sort of mystery that's going on in your life. It could be from the past. I would definitely be careful of anyone rushing in from the past with this energy here, Taurus, because, I don't know. I feel like I just said Capricorn. I'm not sure what I just said, but, Taurus, if I said Capricorn, and even if I didn't, it could be a Capricorn that is rushing back into your life. And look, here you go. Capricorn, right here. So, what I would say to you, Taurus, is that if you've dealt with a Capricorn in the past, I would be kind of like careful of this energy because, it could just be someone who kind of thought the grass was greener on the other side and, wants to rush back into your life. And, I don't know. I feel like there's something much, much better for you. And that's what I'd be paying attention to, is something better. I also feel that there could be just some mysteries. Like, I feel like I'm in a different world. It's like you're noticing. I'm wondering, like, what you're noticing. I have this word, like, that word is popping into my head of noticing something, Taurus. Like, you're noticing some sort of transformation or change, maybe in the world or the energy around you or something like that. We're going to have to see if this is a good or bad. But you have the 6 of Cups, the 9 of Wands, and the 6 of Wands. This looks pretty good to me. This looks like some sort of achievement that could be coming in for you. I feel that now is a time for experimentation for you with that 9 of Wands. The 9 of Wands is a card of the Wounded Warrior. It's also a card that says don't give up on whatever you're working towards. But, for you, to me, it's like my card of throwing stuff at the wall and seeing what sticks. And I feel that this is, even though it's showing up technically in your past position, I don't really use past, present, future when I label these rows, but kind of like intuitively, I feel that this is more of a future thing that's coming in for you, where there's like future success. There's something that makes you special or unique. You have the Star card, which is kind of like a card of, being different, being unique, having something that makes you special. And, I feel this could be like a talent, gift, skill, or ability. And it's popping into my head that you're like expressing this talent, gift, skill, or ability into the world. But it's like a risk. If we go this way, you have the 5 of Swords, which is my card of needing to take a risk. If we go this way, we have the Hermit who has the Star in the Lantern. He needs to let that star out of his lantern. But you have the 10 of Wands, which is like, if I do this, is it going to create a burden? But then you have the star. So it's almost like this reading is saying you're questioning whether or not you should blast your star out all over the place, which of course I think you should. And of course, we're entering into this time of Aquarius, as I always say. And as I always say, I think we should be inspiring as many people as we possibly can by sharing our uniqueness with this, whatever makes us special, or through inspiration with the Star card. And I definitely feel that letting your guard down is kind of like something you need to do. But we're talking about you, this isn't like necessarily letting your guard down in love, although that could be part of it. I feel like this is more having to do with like how you express yourself in the world. You have the 6 of Cups. So for some of you, maybe you've been thinking about doing this since you were like a child, or there could be some childhood things that you're healing from or going through. I'm getting everything. It's not like just popping up as like childhood trauma, for example. It could be good things as well. It's like I kind of feel there's a lot going on from that could, kind of go back to when you were a child. These could be like childhood dreams that you have that you need to accomplish. Could also be childhood traumas that you need to heal. It's like all these things are kind of rushing into my head on that 6 of Cups having to do with your childhood. There could be things from your childhood that are, there's like something touching my head. Whatever. Someone is visiting here, Taurus, but what I would say is, I feel these are things that you need to kind of work through. With the 6 of Cups, what do you know? You have this card of innovation right here. So pretty much every single person that I've been reading for gets these cards of innovation. This is Jupiter in Aquarius. And there could be, of course, a ton of abundance coming in through your innovative ideas, your unique ideas, your different ideas. Those are the things I would be doing if I were you, is focusing on kind of like your unique ideas, because that's where the success is going to come. With the 9 of Wands, you have this intuition card. I feel like you need to trust your intuition. I do feel for like this, again, as always, with you, Taurus, I wouldn't really call this a love reading, although I do intuitively feel that there could be love coming in. Could be a fire sign. You have the Page of Wands. Could also be an Aquarius or a Virgo or a Capricorn, although I feel like the Capricorn's a past person. I would be careful of that. But what I would say, unless it's a new person, but could be one of those signs I just mentioned. I feel like you need to trust your intuition on this person because, again, maybe you're a little bit guarded. Maybe you're not sure, like, do I want to open up to love? Should I open up to love? All those questions are popping into my head, but I would say, I feel like you're going to have a strong intuitive hit on a person that you meet if you're looking for love, and I would go with your intuition. With the Six of Wands, you have this Rebellion card. Again, everybody's been getting this card as well. It's another card of Aquarius energy, and, it's just a sign of the times. I feel like we're just like all ready for change. I feel like we're all ready to try new things. It's like, are you really rebelling against something? No, I feel like you're just looking to make a change in your life. It's just that simple. Next, in the area of the unexpected, you have this Rescuer card. It says someone in your life may help you get back on track. I do actually feel that. I don't think they're like rescuing you. I don't think you need rescue. That's not how I feel here. But I actually do feel that there could be a person in your life who has really, someone who's always been loyal to you, probably like a friend or a family member. You have the Ten of Cups in this reading as well. So it could also be someone from your community as well. But there's someone who's always been loyal to you. And I feel like this person has like really good advice. And you could see them as really saving your butt at this time. And I feel that, it could have to do with work or business. So, again, don't be afraid to ask friends for help. For some of you, I feel like this person has already been helping you. And, so take it how it resonates. I feel like it's good. You have the Knight of Swords, the Five of Swords, and the Hermit. Again, I would be careful of someone rushing back from the past here. It's kind of interesting because, again, I felt like I said Capricorn. I don't know if I actually did or not, but I feel it could be a Capricorn or could be a person who has a bunch of Capricorn in their chart. Take it how it resonates. But I feel like this person always rushes back, so I would be careful of this situation if there is a person like that, Taurus, from your past. The other thing is I would be careful of like rushing communication in general. Sometimes I think we can, deal with a person or someone tells us something where the information comes in really fast and we like feel like we don't have time to think and we're like rushing through a situation. I would be careful of one of those situations, especially if someone is telling you something where your immediate reaction is, like jumping to conclusions or something like that. I would be careful of those situations. I would say if you feel rushed or if you feel anxious or like there's a scary situation that pops up, I would like slow it down and like not jump to conclusions, because the Knight of Swords can be like being too hasty or jumping to conclusions about something. And I do feel, again, I don't want to scare you, and I don't think this is anything anyway. That's why I'm telling you this. I wouldn't jump to conclusions about anything this week, especially if like you get fearful and you're making decisions from the wrong place. I would like slow things down. You have this Five of Swords. Some of you definitely gone through a breakup, but I feel this is more talking about the risk that you need to take. For some of you, I feel like you're kind of like separating yourself from the crowd. You can see he's like walking away from those two people behind him. And, I feel like you're kind of setting yourself apart. Again, you have the Aquarius card, the Star card. Pretty much everyone is doing that right now. I feel like with the Hermit card, that you need to like put something out into the world like we already talked about. He has that star in his lantern. You can also say that his feet are frozen at the top of this mountain and he needs to set himself free. So for some of you, I feel this is about like needing to, set yourself free here, for sure, Taurus. But let's see. And again, how does he set himself free? He just has to put his lantern down by his frozen feet. With the Knight of Swords, you have this versatility card. Yeah, I would be versatile. Every single person's had this card for like, I don't know, weeks. Weeks now. It's a card of like being flexible, coming up with different ways of doing things. To me, you literally have the flexibility card coming up in your next row. So I feel like kind of like being open to different ways of doing things. I mean, it's just like, this is true for everyone. Totally a collective energy. I feel all of us need to be very flexible. And it's like, I think it's good if we have a North Star or star card, some big goal that we want to accomplish, right? We all need that right now. But what I would say is I think we need to kind of like stay open to different ways of accomplishing that goal, or all the ways that we could accomplish a goal, right? With the Five of Swords, you have this Secrets card. I'm pretty sure, speaking of Capricorn also had this card here as well. I don't really feel there are, this could have been a breakup because of Secrets with the Five of Swords, but I also feel that this could be just like mysteries. Not being sure, I think we're in a mysterious time, if there are things that you don't know how to do, I feel like this is saying, didn't I say this to you recently? I'm pretty sure it was you. I get this feeling that you feel like you need to know something. I feel like this is saying, no, nobody who's ever been successful knows what they're doing, right? They all just learn as they go. I feel like you need to embrace the energy of learning as you go. It's like if you are starting a business, it's like you can't know everything up front. You just have to get started and then you can learn as you go. And I kind of get that energy here. I'm pretty sure I said that to you like 2 weeks ago. With the Hermit card, you have the Ostentation card here. I would be careful of show-offs, is what I would say to you. For some of you, by the way, if you're like dealing with a person, I feel like you're trying to decide like whether they're real or fake. Those are the words that are popping into my head. It's like I feel interested, right? It's like I feel interested in this person if I put myself in your shoes, but it's like I feel the difference here. It's like, are they real? Like what's the, there's something here. Can we get more clarity on this for Taurus? You have the Seduction card. That could be why. Maybe they're coming from like a seductive place. I feel like there's a great deal of clarity. By the way, if you're dealing with a person right now, and if you're wondering, is this person real? Can I trust this person? Is it real or fake? I feel like there could be a lot of seduction or a seductive quality, but this is Jupiter in Pisces. We have Jupiter in Pisces for another few days here, till the end of the month basically. And what I would say is that I think once Jupiter officially moves into Aries at the end of the month, then maybe there will be a little bit more clarity in this connection. I do feel like there's love here, but maybe you're just not sure at this moment. And that's fine. I have the hiccups now, as always. Next, we are going to be looking at what's coming towards you. You have this flexibility card. I would be flexible. I feel like there's a need to not try to control outcomes, especially involving the future. The future, I believe, is changing very, very quickly, very fast. So because of these quick changes, it's like we're going to have to stay flexible. And, maybe you set off to accomplish a goal one way and then you figure out it doesn't work and you have to do something different. So just be flexible. You have the Three of Wands, the Queen of Pentacles, and the Ten of Wands. What I would say here is that I would maintain your financial flexibility as well. I've been encouraging everyone to do this. It's like I don't care if you have $1 billion in the bank. I wouldn't be wasting money at this time, right? I keep encouraging people, like, I think we should be saving a little bit of money right now. I don't want, I want to stress that I don't think we should be paranoid or like worried about this stuff, but with the recession talks and all this other stuff, I think that we should be just paying attention, right? But also mostly because if you have extra cash, it's like there might be some sort of like investment opportunity or some other type of business opportunity that could pop up. So as long as you have the money, then you're going to be able to take advantage of any opportunities that come your way. So it's definitely popping into my head. Although, again, I feel like you're focused on finances, and I definitely feel your finances are expanding big time with the Three of Wands. It's kind of interesting as well. I have a message popping into my head that you're like working on things that are permanent. And I don't really have a good example other than YouTube. It's like, the problem with having a tarot channel is like I always have to be creating videos, right? It's like because it's not like a normal YouTube channel where your videos last for a long time. Mine are time-based, right? And so I feel like for some of you in your life in general, I feel like you're like trying to create, business ideas, situations, career things that have like a certain like lifetime to them, but longer. It's like you're trying to, that's what I get here on this Three of Wands. I've never had a message like that. It's like you're trying to expand the lifetime of the work that you're doing. And again, I feel like that's obviously a good thing. Something I think about all the time. So there you go. You also have the Ten of Wands. Ten of Wands is like a lot of work. This is probably why. If you have a tarot channel, there you go. It's like you probably know how much work it is to constantly be, churning through readings, basically. But for others, I feel like you're just hoping to expand your harvest with the Ten of Wands. I feel also that like some of you do need a break here. With these cards, like maybe you need a vacation. Maybe you need some time for yourself. With the Three of Wands, you have this Vision card here. Funny enough, the Three of Wands is a card of foresight. It's a card of seeing the future. So I feel for some of you, you definitely need to trust your intuition. I also feel that, again, this card is Pisces. And it's popping into my head, if you have a Pisces in your life, like a family member, a lover, whatever, I feel like this person could have like some visions right now that could be very important for your life. Maybe they have some advice for you or something. I would pay attention to it, but I also feel like this is you. I feel like you're having visions. I feel like you're seeing the future. Again, 2 cards right there of seeing the future. Three of Wands is literally a card of seeing the future. And this is going to be positive, obviously. I feel like it's going to lead to success. With the Queen of Pentacles, you have this acquisition card here. This is like my fancy couple card. Again, if you have a person, or if you're dealing with a person where you're not sure, I feel like they are who they say they are. Look, Sun in Taurus. So a Taurus card. This could be you, but I feel like if you're dealing with someone, again, that there could be, that's like my power couple card. So love it. With the Ten of Wands, you have this choice card. Definitely a choice to make in love, though. And, what I would say is that she has a scale, kind of like on the Justice card. And I've been saying all year that for the rest of our lives, justice is the answer. If we're trying to make a decision in love, is there equal give and take? Yes or no? If the answer is yes, then keep going. If the answer is no, then stop. It's just that simple. Same thing in business, right? If you have a business, a career, even if you're retired and you're trying to put your money into something, it's like, do you see a return or not? And, people always say, Chris, that's very obvious. I'm like, yes, it is. But I don't know. I've made mistakes, right? Where I don't pay attention to the obvious. I'm sure we all have. So I think everybody needs to hear it. Next, in your last row for messages from your future self, I feel like something is changing. Something has to transform, right? For some of you, I do feel like it's your love life, which is interesting. Some of you could be going through a change because of your love life, like moving. Maybe you're starting a family, so maybe you're quitting your job or something crazy like that, right? And whatever the transformation is, doesn't matter. I feel it's all gravy for you, Taurus. I see a lot of happiness in this last row, a lot of fulfillment, of course. And not only that, I see kind of like an energy of living the dream. You have the Page of Wands, the Ten of Cups, and the Star card. This to me is saying that you are living the dream. I feel like you are finding success. I feel like you're finding abundance and happiness here. I also am getting something about like a very unique energy where, I kind of feel like there's something that makes you special, and I feel like it needs to come out of you, plain and simple. The Ten of Cups is also fortune after difficulty, so I feel there's a lot of happiness. Is also your happily ever after. The Star and the Ten of Cups to me is kind of like living the dream, so I feel like you're living the dream. You have this Page of Wands here. I do feel this could be new love for those of you that are looking for new love, but I also feel all of you are about to go on an adventure, just in general, and it's going to be an adventure that leads to your Ten of Cups star. And again, that doesn't have to be love. That could just be some sort of goal, wish, or dream that you have, or, anything, for that matter. You have this Quarrel card wanting to pop out. It actually wanted to pop out twice there. So I would avoid arguments at all costs. As I always say, like Mars retrograde, no arguing, no fighting, especially in the home, because that's like the worst place to do it with Mars retrograde. With the Page of Wands, you have this Influence card here. It's like a little bit of a toxic energy card. So I would be careful of past people that you feel could be influencing you. I would be careful of people who could influence your relationship. I don't know. I've never had a year where so frequently I get this message of like needing to be careful of who you invite into your bedroom, basically. It's like, like I always say, it's like as far as relationship is concerned, I would only take advice from someone who I'm willing to invite into my bedroom with my partner, which is basically nobody, right? So you should be taking advice from yourself. You shouldn't be taking advice from your friends, your family, or things like that. And it's not that you shouldn't take the advice, right? It's like I think it's okay to listen to the advice as long as we don't take it on, right? And also as long as we're making sure that we're operating from our own heart, right? Our own decision-making system. So, it's like, I don't know. I've seen it all year how it looks to me like there could be opportunities to make mistakes and like allow people into your bedroom when they have no clue what they're talking about, basically. And, I've seen it happen in the past as well when I used to do readings. People all the time would be asking for readings when they broke up with someone because of what their friend said and it wasn't true or whatever. So I'd be careful of that. With the Ten of Cups, you have this protection card. I definitely feel your happily ever after is protected. I feel like your dreams are protected as well. And with the Star card, you have this publicity card. Damn, definitely a lot of attention. Everybody's had cards of attention, and as I've been saying to everyone, we have Pluto moving into Aquarius next year. So if you have like a job, a business, a career that requires attention, get more attention. If you want love, get more attention. Because, it's kind of like the currency of the future is positive attention. right? Being an inspiration or just even following your inspiration. She's pointing to 1 star on this card, right? You've definitely had a message like that. I remember even when I was using Tarot Mystical Moments, you had that 7 of Cups in one of your recent readings, which is basically looks very similar to this. It's like a lady pointing to a bunch of stars, but she's pointing to one. So I feel like you need to kind of like move towards one goal, one wish, one dream, one thing that that you want to manifest. We're going to pull 5 main themes for you now here, Taurus, and we're going to see what you get. You have this January card, and you also have this Wheel card. It says indecisiveness, allowing your life to ramble aimlessly. Again, I feel like you need the star. You need to pick like one thing and work towards it. I would break next year down into quarters. I talk about this all the time. One thing that changed my life is I stopped like running around like a chicken with my head cut off, and I started picking like this quarter, I'm going to work on this one idea, this one thing that I want to accomplish. Guess what? Some quarters I work on like 10 things because it's like I finish one thing and then I move on to the next. So sometimes you do this and it doesn't even take you the entire 3 months to do something. It also got rid of my analysis paralysis because I'd be like, oh, I want to do all these things, but which thing is going to work? And I think sometimes if we think, oh, this has to work, this business idea or this relationship idea, then we just jump around because it has to work, which that never works, right? So I feel you have this January card. It kills me that still to this day, people are like, January, what are you talking about? We're in December. There's a card right here. It says January on it for those people that can't listen or whatever. I don't know. But what I would say here is starting in the new year, I would be breaking things down into quarters or whatever system you come up with because I think it'll make your life easier. You have this Carriage card. It says a journey, either physical or mental. There's tons of adventure here. 3 wands. Page of Wands. Was there more? I don't know. But definitely, I feel if you're like traveling, going on an adventure, good stuff. You have this Broken Wishbone card. It says, wish will not be granted. Can we get more details on this? It says vase and secret admirer. I feel like you need something solid in love. I don't actually feel this is like a wish that's being broken. I feel like this is saying that something needs to be made more concrete as far as love is concerned. So it's like I would be careful of those situations where it's more like oh, whatever happens, right? It's like I feel if you're in a relationship or if you're getting into a relationship in the near future, I'm not saying you have to be like, oh, we have to make this commitment right now, but there needs to be a plan is what I'm getting. Like if you're dealing with a person where they're just like, oh, I'm not sure what I want to do. Let's just like, get into this like weird freaking thing where nobody knows what they're talking about and we just sleep together or something. I would be like, no, especially with that right there. I'm telling you right now. You have this Candle card. It says you will be shown the way. Definitely very good, especially with that Star card. Probably shown the way to your dreams. You have this Ant card. It says work, achievement, success. Definitely a lot of success here, especially if you work towards one thing at a time with that Star card. But this is a really good reading. I love it. So thank you for being here, Taurus. Really appreciate it. Make sure to watch your Sun, Moon, and Rising for a full picture of what's going on for you at this time. But thank you, and definitely enjoy your week.